and thong underwear. That's the worst, thong underwear. Who thought that up? Moves around all the time, gets stuck in the back of your crusty butt. Vaginas are supposed to be loose and wide, not held together. That's why girdles are so bad. We need to move and spread and talk and talk. Vaginas need comfort. Make something like that, something to give them pleasure. No, of course they won't do that. Hate to see a woman having pleasure, particularly sexual pleasure. I mean, think about it. Make a nice pair of soft cotton underwear with a French tickler built in. Women would be coming all day long. Coming in the supermarket, right when you're getting those carrots. Coming on the subway, right after you swipe. Come in happy vaginas. They wouldn't be able to stand it. Seeing all those energized, not taking shit, hot, happy vaginas. My vagina could talk. It would talk about itself like me. It would talk about other vaginas. It would make vagina impressions. It would wear Harry Winston diamonds. No clothing, just draped, all in diamonds. My vagina helped release a giant baby. It thought it would be doing more of that. It's not. Now it wants to travel, and it doesn't want a lot of company. It wants to read and know things and get out more. It wants sex. It loves sex. It wants to go deeper. It's hungry for depth. It wants kindness. It wants change. It wants silence and freedom and gentle kisses and warm liquids and deep touch. It wants chocolate. It wants to scream. It wants to stop being angry. It wants to come. It wants to want. It wants. My vagina? My vagina? Well, it wants everything.
Bosnian women refugees were interviewed in the war in Yugoslavia in refugee camps and centers. Up to 70,000 women were raped in the middle of Europe as a systemic tactic of war. It was shocking to see how little people did to stop it. But then again, the United States, each year, about 200,000 women are raped, which is another kind of war. This monologue is based on one woman's story. We do it tonight for that woman and the extraordinary women of Bosnia and Kosovo.
My vagina was green. Water soft, pink fields, cow mooing, sun resting, sweet boyfriend touching lightly with soft piece of lawn straw. There is something between my legs. I do not know what it is. I do not know where it is. I do not touch. Not now. Not anymore. Not since. My vagina was chatty. Can't wait, so much saying words, talking, can't quit trying, can't quit saying, oh yes, oh yes. Not since I dreamed there's a dead animal sewn in down there with thick black fishing line. And the bad dead animal smell cannot be removed. And its throat is slit and it bleeds through all my summer dresses. My vagina, singing all girl songs, all goat bell ringing songs, all wild autumn field songs. Vagina songs, vagina home songs. Not since the soldiers put a long, thick rifle inside me. So cold, the steel rod canceling my heart. Don't know whether they're going to fire it or shove it through my spinning brain. 6 of them, monstrous doctors with black masks shoving bottles of me too. There were sticks and the end of a broom. My vagina, swimming river water, clean spilling water, over sun-baked stones, over stone clit stones, over and over. Not since I heard the skin tear and made lemon screeching sounds. Not since a piece of my vagina came off in my hand. A part of the lip. Now, one side of the lip is completely gone. My vagina, a live, wet water village. My vagina, my hometown. Not since they took turns for 7 days, smelling like feces and smoked meat. They left their dirty sperm inside me. I became a river of poison and pus, and all the crops died, and the fish. My vagina, a live, wet water village. They invaded it, butchered it, and burned it down. I do not touch now. Do not visit. I live someplace else now. I do not know where that is.
In hundreds of interviews with homeless women over the course of 13 years, only one, yes, one woman was not sexually abused or raped as a little girl or young woman. For most of these women, home is a very scary place, a place they've fled. The shelters are ironically the first places many of them ever find safety, protection, or comfort. This is a woman's story as she told it. What isn't in the story is the fact that this woman met another woman in a shelter and they fell in love. And through their love, both of them got out of the shelter system.
Memory, December 1965, 5 years old. My mama tells me in a loud, life-threatening voice to stop scratching my coochie snorcher. I become terrified that I scratched it off down there. I do not touch myself again, even in the bath. I'm afraid of water getting in and filling me up so I explode. I put Band-Aids over my coochie to cover the hole, but they fall off in the water. I imagine a stopper, a bathtub plug up there to prevent things from entering me. And I sleep with 3 pairs of happy heart pattern cotton underpants underneath my snap-up pajamas. I still want to touch myself sometimes, but I don't. Memory, 7 years old. Edgar Montaigne, who is 10, gets angry at me and punches me with all his might between my legs. It feels like he breaks my entire self. I limp home. I can't pee. My mama asks me what's wrong with my coochie snorcher, and when I tell her what Edgar did to me, she yells at me and says never to let anyone touch me down there again. I try to explain. He didn't touch it, Mama. He punched it. Memory, 9 years old. I play on the bed, bouncing and falling, and impale my coochie snorcher on the bedpost. I make high-pitched screaming noises that come straight from my coochie snorcher's mouth. I get taken to the hospital, and they sew it up down there where it's been torn apart. Memory, 10 years old. I'm at my father's house, and he's having a party upstairs. Everyone's drinking. I'm playing alone in the basement, and I'm trying on my new cotton white brown panties that my father's girlfriend gave me. Suddenly, my father's best friend, this big man Alfred, comes up from behind and pulls my new underpants down and sticks his big, hard penis into my coochie snorcher. I scream, and I kick, and I try to fight him off, but he already gets it in. My father's there then, and he has a gun, and there's a loud, horrible noise, and then there's blood all over Alfred and me. Lots of blood. I'm sure my coochie snorcher is finally falling out. Alfred is paralyzed for life, and my mama doesn't let me see my daddy for 7 years. Memory, 13 years old. My coochie snorcher is a very bad place. a place of pain, nastiness, punching, invasion, and blood. It's a sight for mishaps. It's a bad love song. I imagine a freeway between my legs, and I am trapped, gone far away from here. Memory, 16 years old. There's this gorgeous 24-year-old woman in our neighborhood, and I stare at her all the time. One day, she invites me into her car. She asks me if I like to kiss boys, and I tell her I do not like that. Then she says she wants to show me something. And she leans over and kisses me so softly on the lips with her lips and puts her tongue in my mouth. Wow. She asks me if I want to come over to her house. And then she kisses me again and tells me to relax, to feel it, to let our tongues feel it. She asks my mama if I can spend the night, and my mother's delighted that such a beautiful, successful woman has taken an interest in me. I'm scared and I can't wait. Her apartment is fantastic. She's got it hooked up. It's the 70s, the beads, the fluffy pillows, the mood lights. I decide right there, I'm gonna be a secretary like her when I grow up. She makes a vodka for herself, and then she asks what I want to drink. I say the same as she's drinking. And she says she doesn't think my mama would like me drinking vodka. I say she probably wouldn't like me kissing girls either. And the pretty lady makes me a drink. Then she changes into this chocolate satin teddy. She's so beautiful. I always thought bulldaggers were ugly. I say, you look great. And she says, so do you. I say, but I only have this white cotton bra and underpants. Then she dresses me, slowly, in another satin teddy. It's lavender like the first soft days of spring. The alcohol has gone to my head and I am loose and ready. There's a picture over her bed of a naked black woman with a huge afro. She gently and slowly lays me out on the bed, and just our bodies rubbing makes me come. Then she does everything to me and my Coochie Snorcher that I always thought was nasty before. And wow, I'm so hot, so wild. She says, your vagina, untouched by a man, smells so nice, so fresh. Wish I could keep it that way forever. I get crazy wild, and then the phone rings. And of course, it's my mom. I'm sure she knows. She catches me at everything. I'm breathing so heavy, and I try to act normal when I get on the phone. And she asks me, what's wrong with you? Have you been running? I say, no, Mom. Exercise. Then she tells the beautiful secretary to make sure I'm not around boys. And the lady tells her, trust me, there's no boys around here. Afterwards, the gorgeous lady teaches me everything about my Coochie Snorcher. She makes me play with myself in front of her, and she teaches me all the different ways to give myself pleasure. She's a very thorough. She tells me to always know how to give myself pleasure, so I'll never need to rely on a man. In the morning, I'm worried I've become a butch, because I am so in love with her. She laughs, but I never see her again. I realized later she was my surprising, unexpected, politically incorrect salvation. She transformed my sorry-ass Coochie Snorcher and raised it into a kind of heaven.
We've created a map of vagina-friendly cities. Welcome, Philadelphia. They are wild for vaginas in Pittsburgh. In fact, a woman from Pittsburgh was obsessed about a particular word, a pejorative word used to describe the vagina. Her mission was to reconceive the word.